Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode as France. We are currently in a disaster called the Court and Country, which is sort of like a little thing that has a lot to do with like raising our absolutism and other such things. And right now our absolutism is actually max. But there's a penalty here because we're in the middle of the Court and Country disaster. When that disaster ends, we'll actually... that modifier will go away, plus I think it'll actually increase our maximum absolutism. That's why we do it in the first place. So this is basically sort of just getting us up to maximum absolutism nice and fast. Looks like we're going to have some rebels here, so we're sending troops there. We can double check here and see that, okay, at 90% the East Frisians, we can take the people from here. And in fact, is there actually any rebellion here at all? No. No rebellion there at all. Let's send you guys there. And because we're at war with Russia right now, we could just walk them over here, no problemo. There is religious zeal here for 2 more years. So I believe this will end in a few years, because I think it started, was it 1617 or was it 1619? I'm not sure, but it should be ending at least within 4 years for sure. We are in a war with Russia, which we have essentially won because we've sieged down all of their forts. Have been sieged. Apparently Korea's in the war too. One of the issues that we're having here is that technically Russia has allies and we haven't beat them up enough. That's basically it. We haven't beat them up enough. So the total war score is 52%, even though we basically sieged Russia pretty much entirely. Pretty much entirely. All of this is just kind of worthless colonized land. We shouldn't have to siege any of it. There shouldn't be any forts there. You know what? Yeah. We got a lot of lazy diplomats. A lot of lazy diplomats. What we need to do is we eventually need to attack Austria. Let's get a let's just get a spy network here against Austria. That made me start thinking though. And we're still a little bit off of getting a special casus belli called the Imperialism CB. So let's, for now, let's build up. They'll actually Royal marry us. Interesting. Technically, Brandenburg, you know, we need Berlin. We're very close. We just need 1 more against Berlin, really. All we're going to need. It'd be kind of interesting to actually guarantee the independence of Denmark so that Sweden doesn't attack Denmark. Well, Sweden's actually presumably going to be getting beat up here in the war that they're in. What kind of claims do we have on Denmark? I know, apologies for having this here, people, but we have claims on most of this, actually. Denmark would be kind of a nice one just to grab. Also, I think taking Lübeck would be nice, too. The only tricky thing here is... Denmark, would you actually accept a threatened war? We're at war, so we can't threaten war. There's no way Lübeck's going to give us Lübeck itself. That's what we want. Let's build something against Lübeck just for the kicks. Over here, I think we're actually set up that we should be able to do some wars. Depending on the alliance networks. Like this alliance network right here, we should be able to just straight up declare on this guy here. And all of our little like colonial nations, all of these little colonial nations should beat them up, I suspect. That being said, it might not hurt if we actually had some troops here. I'm just thinking, okay, how long would it take for us to take these 7,000 troops and walk them up there, you know? Wow, that would take an eternity. But it's going to clean things up real nice. You know, we don't have to worry about this too much. Let's go for better than Napoleon. That's what we've been working on. Oh, we could actually hit this button a bunch of times. Set ourselves up to get the papal influence in the next one. 33% chance to get the Curia controller. I like that. I like that. We have sieges that are going here. Our colonists are doing something, although it's going to be very soon before they're done. So let's pull them back. Wait a day here. Send them to a new area. Matter to us? Dutch separatists, maybe. No. No. Okay, so let's let it roll. So if we look up here, we got Rebel Uprising, but we're taking care of this one. We're sending the troops there to intercept. Technically, this looks like we could actually get rid of this outright. We sat troops on it. I'm not too worried about native uprising, or hopefully this guy would be able to take care of it, since it's only going to be where did it even go? This is a different oh no, this is the province. Yeah, so 8,000, 7,000, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Don't have to engage Russia. Have we actually set up a peace deal here? Once these troops get down to where we want to send them here, we will just trigger this event. Nice, those guys are popped up. We didn't give them a general though. We do have superior unit types, but I don't want to do this during war. But we do have new cav. What? I'm actually confused now. Where are those guys? I'm pretty sure it said that they were going to spawn here, but I guess it changed? Huh. We're not really paying much attention to the Russian front here. Really, at this point, we're kind of just chilling. Point time is our ally here. Russia gets less enthusiastic every single day. Okay, will any of these guys leave? Is there any world that they would leave? If we beat them up or anything like that? Yeah. We want to give this to Novgorod for sure. Alternatively, we don't have that sieged? Kidding me. We already have these painted for Novgorod. What does that look like actually if we do that and take a bunch of money? Okay, we're not really going to get to take more than that actually. In fact, so Russia's a fierce negotiator, apparently, which is adding an annoying little modifier there. Let's just get out of this war, guys. I think, honestly, actually, these guys are low now. Yeah, we have no war score against them, so kicking these guys out helps us quite a bit. You're not trying to attack into us, are you, Russia? No, you're smarter than that. You're smarter than that. Now the war score's gone up a good couple chunks there, just getting out one of those allies. We're sieging down a bunch of worthless land, but, you know, it's a little bit of war score. We've already set ourselves up to start 2 new colonies, so that'll fix itself in a second. We actually have a loan out right now, which is kind of crazy. That's what this is telling us here. like a 1,300 ducat loan. What do? We did that to accept global trade, I think. Wait. We actually haven't embraced global trade yet. Oh no. Did we pay a huge ahead of time bonus penalty? We did. I don't know if I supported that. Oh, I did. I don't know if that was the best decision. Seriously? We can almost take all of Russia's money. Technically, we can't. This will be good, I think. Taking most of their money. Most all their money. Taking the two provinces that we really, really desperately need. No aggressive expansion. Just a tiny little, just a minuscule amount of Diplo. Let's just get out of the war against Russia. So we have Moscow. It's just owned by our vassal. So we'll have to fix that. Brandenburg is allied with Trier in the Palatinate. That's not a particularly amazing alliance. I mean, their alliance is amazing when you also consider that they're allied to us. They are technically the emperor, which is good, but they're not getting any votes right now to be the emperor. In fact, they're not even voting for themselves. Trier getting the emperorship would actually be kind of annoying. I think we actually attack Austria next. But the thing that's bothering me about Austria is Hungary refuses to build claims on Austria. Even though I'm pretty sure we have told Hungary. I think we've been very explicit with Hungary and told them, hey, yeah, actually just get claims on anything. Anything here. We want all this land. We want all that land. We have a new idea group. That's right. What were we thinking about doing? We have one military. Okay, it's been a while since we've grabbed a military. We have 2 Diplo, 1 administrative, 1 mil. Let's look at these different military idea groups. I mean, they're all good. We're probably not going to go naval ideas because having a nice navy is, you could sort of overcome any naval disadvantages with money, right? Our economy's rocking. We don't need naval ideas. I would say that in general, most people don't consider this idea group a thing. But we could look at quantity for making bigger armies. However, I think if we look at the force limit, we already have one of the largest armies in the world. Plus, it's safe to say that our army is just like way more efficient. And we have more cavalry, we have more cannons, so we have just a higher... I mean, look, the Ottomans have a huge army. Well, in fact, they only have 160,000, but 96,000 of those are mercenaries. That's actually kind of mind-blowing to me. The Ottomans are not doing too well this time. I mean, they're doing okay, but... yeah. Ming is Ming. We're not going to have to mess with Ming. Basically, what I'm saying is our army is already overwhelmingly powerful and large. I don't know if we actually need to make it any bigger. We have tons of... I mean, a lot of this has to do with manpower, boosting our manpower. Don't get me wrong, this boosts it to ridiculous levels. 50% more manpower, and then it also recovers 20% faster. That's like, that compounds on itself in a really nice way. And then you can get a force limit that's 50% larger. It's really, really cool. Really, really cool. But I think, honestly, we're more likely to go with something like quality. Literally just increase the efficiency of each individual troop that's fighting for us, you know? Extra discipline, combat ability, yearly army tradition, which actually, if we look at our army tradition, what are we looking at here? It could be better. Honestly, it could be better. It could be better. Here, though, we have more morale with the defensive, so we get more morale, army tradition, some attrition modifiers for the enemy, and less attrition for us. I mean, all this is kind of good. Attrition really just kind of factors back into, you know, the cost that, you know, the amount of money that it takes to reinforce the troops, and then also the manpower. But our manpower is just like so large. I don't think we care about suffering a little bit of attrition. Reinforced speed, that's actually kind of nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, defense, a lot of people love defensive because it's very front heavy. Like this yearly army tradition, which plays into our morale. Then we get military drill, which is, I mean, 50% morale is insane. Of course, the French already have a lot of extra morale. Then we can look up at offensive ideas, which are pretty cool. Our leaders get additional shock value, fire value guaranteed, which is cool. We get 20% extra siege ability, so we can siege even faster. We get a larger force limit, 20% more, which is actually kind of a nice little sort of quantity-esque type thing there. We also get discipline, which is same as we get with quality. I'm thinking we're looking at quality or offensive here, because offensive is just going to make us more efficient, quicker, and faster. If we match this and see what does this cross with? Some of this, so we could look at the policies that we already have, and those are going to be, so the policies of course are at the end here in parentheses, and if we've already completed the policy group, then it should be highlighted as, you know, the yellow text. So we got administrative ideas, income from vassals. Probably don't care about that. Exploration ideas, yeah, we don't really care about that. What would quality, what kind of mix would quality give us here? Anything decent. Manpower, recovery speed, meh. Again, like good stats, but not necessarily like let's get a policy about it, you know. Recover army morale speed plus 10%. Okay, so none of this stuff is insane. Wow, the cross here with quality and religious ideas is nice. 5% morale, 10% siege ability. Wow. Or with expansion ideas and extra land leader fire. Some of these are good, but we just don't have the policies to really match them up. I think we're just going to be looking at these for what they are. This is going to let us siege faster. Give us more. This is also going to give us discipline. This is just going to make our troops just better fighters. I think the simplicity of quality ideas is going to be kind of nice here. Let's go with the simplicity here. Just quality army. That makes sense for the French, I think. No reason not to hit that right away and get an extra 10% combat ability. So that means our troops are literally, they're already at 100% army professionalism. So they already do more shock and fire damage and have better siege ability. Now they're just going to be hitting even that much harder. Because now they have an extra 10% infantry combat ability right now, which is really, really cool. So they just hit, they're just better. Just 10% better. That's usually a really amazing stat to actually go for, so. Here we need cavalry and cannon upgrades. Okay, very good. And we're not too worried about these guys. We have forts up here just for the fun of it. We don't really need them, but we got them. Making tons of money. Despite the fact I think this disaster is affecting our money, is it not? This sounds like this is, well, this is another one of those. Here we go. We're already waiting for him. Already waiting for him here. French, so we don't have to worry too much about difference here. Now, are we converting this to... No, there's still a little bit of... There's still separatism here, so we can't make this into the French culture. We could actually remove this province from the Holy Roman Empire, but apparently it would make it'd make them very upset with us. You know, I think honestly we are setting ourselves up for a war against Austria here. Who would we ultimately be able to fight? We're on the same side as the enemy. Come on. Brandenburg would not join. Well, it's saying Brandenburg would actually be obligated to join. But they hate Austria. Which is interesting because they're in a war with Austria, but they hate Austria. Or not. What was that talking about? Oh, it's the Papal State that's in a war on the same side as them. Okay. Weird. Lithuania, Saxony, a bunch of people that we could ultimately beat up, although it'd be a little annoying. We need to beat them up eventually, but the cool thing is we would have 50,000 troops. Hungary's providing 50,000 troops here. Austria is not the emperor, although they are powerful. But we need to start shuttling our troops over. Let's make sure these stacks look good. Yeah, those are all going to match up really well. Okay, so here we got the 22,000. Okay, let's go. Get them all back to the mainland. Let's prepare for like a great war here. Though even though that's an accepted culture, not like not like green, you know, not the fully accepted, but it's sort of like a somewhat accepted for the for Novgorod at least. So. This is why having a little bit extra infantry is kind of nice in these stacks, because when the infantry are weakened, the cannons still have a good front line. Speaking of which, you know what? I'm kind of thinking about retrofitting our armies with just additional infantry across the board here. Let's get everybody beefed up a little bit. Get the stacks up to a 24 stack instead of a 22 stack. Those will be for the 3 stacks in Russia. We have a stack there that we can sort of beef up. Let's beef everybody up to 24 stack. Which means we'll also need 1 more transport to do that, at least for the 2 groups that we have back home. Probably just need more light ships in general. However, we're still trying to save up. We have 10 years, but we really do need to save up this amount of money. Oh, we're very close. We're very close. I'm tempted to repay the loan, though, because that seems to be costing us 3.5 ducats a month. But it's weird because 1,300 ducats would take a while to earn. We're almost close to just earning the money that we need. Whoa. Okay. What's the alternative here? Let's just lose the absolutism. We're already at cap. Lower Andalusia. We'll just gain 40 autonomy here. That's fine. In fact, it's 1 province. Literally 1 province. Yeah, we can lose 100 ducats for... That's nothing to us. That is nothing to us. Okay, we did a conversion. Can we work on something else? Religious zeal in all these areas, so we can't convert any of these areas. It's pretty aggravating. If we look at the original religion map mode here, we can look and see, is there like a an actual conversion center that... So when the Reformation starts, I don't know if we actually looked at this in a huge amount of detail, but little like the Reformation actually sort of spreads like a plague or something. Not to be, you know, not to like cast a negative annotation on it, but there's these little sites here, the Reformation sites themselves, and they actually can convert. It literally spreads from there. But it looks like they're all gone at this point. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if it fades away or what, but they appear to be gone. Yeah, we do need to do this. I'm kind of waiting to see, okay, are we going to get these guys built in time? Because it'd be nice to have just a little bit more infantry at the front lines. Sort of distributing that one transport. Let's get all these guys grouped up. Let's get them all to France so we can actually drill. Let's get back to drilling. You know, I've been told that we're supposed to tax. I've been told by people that taxing is where the money is. It's cool to get the monarch points, but apparently the money's really big money, so... Our menu on the side is like super crazy right now, but that's going to be okay. And we haven't even tried to butter up any of these people. Add size 25 to spy network in Austria. Okay. That would actually be kind of decent, but it's a... And then a 30% chance that the Pope gets mad or something. Cool. That sounds okay to me. Is this actually part of the French region? Wait a second, we already have claims here. We already have some claims here. Can't believe Hungary has none. Literally none. Yeah, you know what we could do? Okay, let's look at some of the alliance networks. The other people that we could be attacked. Ooh, Saxony's getting wrecked. Yeah, Saxony won't join. Salzburg is here. We can't really attack Salzburg. Ulm, Ferrara. Actually, potentially, I don't know if we could get a reason to attack Ferrara. That would be like going in, we could go in through the Netherlands, right? We call the Netherlands. We attack Netherlands. Brandenburg would defend. Okay, that's kind of a problem. This is interesting, though. If we attack Ferrara, we get Austria. We would be able to call in Brandenburg and the Pope. That's kind of a big deal. Although Poland would actually help us out at some point. Poland would help us out at some point if they weren't in their own war. And they're definitely winning their... Whoa. Now Sweden's doing okay? There's no way Sweden can win this. It's probably just a matter of time before like troops actually get to Sweden proper. Oh, I forgot about these troops up here. Whoops. We're missing 4,000 individual dudes there. Why don't you guys just protect Lubeck? The heavies can go home. Nothing more to do, really, for now. That's a lot. That's a lot of army tradition that I'd rather not lose, to be completely honest. So now we got to come up here one more time. Get all of you guys down to here. But they're going to need 2,000 additional troops, unless I'm like... I'm missing something. Let's group everybody up here. Yeah, that's... these guys are getting hammered, actually. Go to Paris. Swap them out here. Why do we have just like one troop here? Let's send them down here for a second. You should have 12 to 10. 12 to 10, yep. 12 to 10. Oh, there he is. I was like, okay, we're missing somebody here. That is, not too worried about the manpower, right? We got tons of manpower. Rather have it going up than just staying still at max. That army tradition, though, is nuts. That really contributes to our morale and siege ability. But we are going to end up hitting that, I think, because it's just kind of easy. No, you know what? No. Lose the absolutism and the prestige. That's fine. We'll get it back in the next couple events. Now we've got ourselves a good little 10 buffer here that we can gain in the next couple of events. We can really gain it back. Prestige doesn't mean anything to us. Army tradition is too valuable. I'm not sure exactly what we have here. Yeah, didn't I just literally tell you guys to come down here? What was confusing about that? Wait, you're carrying 22,000 troops? We have more... I think we have more troops than I realized. And you're carrying 22,000 troops. And we still have 22,000 troops here. In fact, somehow we have an extra troop up here doing nothing. Now I'm actually confused. But that's what we're doing. We're just kind of reorganizing the troops here. We can just gain that prestige right back. Yeah, we don't... actually, military aid wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We can ask Novgorod for some military aid. Let's actually butter up Novgorod here. Yeah, we can get that claim on Lubeck. There's no way they're going to allow us to actually just take it outright, but we can... Yeah, we can't threaten war for their capital, actually, and that's their capital. Not even going to try. Not even going to try. Don't need to be doing anything on Lubeck anymore. We could see what would it be like to attack Lubeck. Brandenburg would think about joining. Novgorod actually broke the promises with us, apparently. Which is fine, because we're buttering them up right now. Building the spy network with Austria, that works just fine. If we check this, we should have 12 to 10. Nice, that looks good. 12 to 10, that looks good too. Let's get 2 stacks in Paris. Fill in another one here. Do we have more troops up here that need to get picked up or not? Yes. And from what I can tell, they're going to need an extra 1,000 guys. So we can embrace. We can embrace global trade. Let's just do that. Let's just do it right now. We'll get the extra merchant. What do we want to do with that merchant? We actually have a ton of merchants. Partly because we're colonizing. Moving those down. Do Gulf of Aden. Currently we have 1%. We colonized out here? Well, we have Australia. I think we actually transfer from here. That'll get it to Zanzibar, which is actually must be in range. Must be in range. Oh, okay. So since this became a colonial nation here, we actually aren't even in range. Interesting. Well, we need these guys to arrive in 7 days. Let's drop the prestige. Once they arrive, we'll send them to Indonesia. They're really going to spend more of their time just traveling around the world than actually working on the colonies. It's kind of funny. Recall them both, actually. It's going to take them a long time to get here. By the time they get here, these colonies will probably be done. Well, this one for sure. Let's go to Indonesia now. Looks like someone's sending to here. Who's this? The Mamluks. The Mamluks. That's 13 dev. Let's go. Development, and puts us in a good position if we wanted to do some conquering over here. There's some good centers of trade here. There's also some really good provinces here. There's good provinces all over the place. If we look at the trade here, Australia feeds into this trade area here, which is eastern Indonesia. Malacca is the important one here to control. Goes to either Zanzibar or Bengal. Comes in from a lot of different places. Like the Philippines. That's kind of interesting. The Philippines feed into here. It's actually really interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Improvements in lens making, huh? 100 diplomatic power, 1 innovativeness, and the price of glass has gone up. That's really, really neat. I don't remember ever seeing this event before. Is it because we're actually like trading in glass or something? Huh. That's really cool. We're actually doing pretty good here on this innovation stat. That's right, we needed to get somebody in here. Why is this person level 4 right out of the gate? And they're cheap. We must have like hired somebody else instead or something, but this person looks like they're going to be just fine for us. We could look for someone that's a bit younger, but none of these things really matter to us too much. Let's just get this person in here. Were we working with an inflation guy or something? Inflation guys are always good. What are the estates up to these days? Can't quite do this yet for 7 more years, it looks like. Could get some more papal influence though, but we'll wait. Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we're always hitting Great New World Charter. This increases global settler increase by 10, so that's just going to make things go much faster. Once the traders get a little bit more happy with us, we can actually get a metric ton of money from them. Yep, so everything looks up to date there. Again, I'm suspecting that we'll be done with this this court and country very, very soon. Why do we have a single cav here? Did I accidentally build a cav? Actually need 2 more transports for this. Okay. Kind of just making our armies nice and neat here, you know what I mean? Making them nice and neat. I don't think we want this cav. We could utilize it, but don't need it. Heavy's there doing heavy things. Could build up more heavies. Except for we're trying to pay off that loan. We're trying to pay off that loan. Let's wait on that. These 24 can combine with the 24 that are coming down the Baltic right now. Okay. These 24, I guess, are just going to do their own thing. Ultimately, let's get them drilling. Let's combine them. Drill. Combine and drill. So we are missing singular guy here. Pop up. And just making sure that we're not going over the supply limit. They're drilling. Once these guys pop up here, they'll be drilling. I guess originally we had them sort of spread around because of the absolutism thing going on, right? Speaking of which, are we going to get any more of those events? This looks like one of the possibilities for that. Here we go. Oh, look at that. They're going to spawn here. That's amazing. That is amazing. Oh man, that was swift. That was swift. Let's drill. These guys, I think, will hang out in you know, in Britain basically until Court and Country is over. But you know what? We need to take a break in this episode, I believe, guys. So thank you so much for watching another episode. I will see you guys in the next one.